Welcome back. Welcome to day 4. I cannot wait to dive into today, and I'm so excited to get back your forms at the end of the week. So remember all the info about winning the coaching and sending in the form and the actual form itself. The link is there. It's all in the show notes. And essentially you listen to each day's episode, drop in your insights, just follow the worksheet. I've laid it all out for you. Send it back by the deadline, and you'll go in the running to win 2 weeks of free coaching inside Coaching with Cass. So excited. So today's goal, we're aligning with this goal. My offers are whole and complete in every iteration. My offers are whole and complete in every iteration. So taking a moment to tune in. Out of 10, how aligned do you feel with that being true for you? 10 being like, yes, so I'm just so there. I so get that. I so feel it. And 1 being, no, I have a lot of work to do there. And we're going to look at this with curiosity, with love, with compassion. So no judging, no shaming yourself, just like stepping back from as neutral a perspective as possible. How aligned you feel with that, and thinking of that number, jotting it down. And I've just pulled 2 cards. So I actually pulled the cards while I was coming up with the goal. So what came through was fulfilled came through first. Fulfilled from metal, element, lung, meridian, and frustration from bladder, water and bladder. Now I want to say here, before I even dive into this, when you feel like your offers are whole and complete in every iteration, at every level, what you're doing is you're sending this message to yourself, to your business, to your clients of, my work is enough today. My work is enough today. Yes, maybe I'll add a new resource next week, or I'll tweak something next month, or a new idea will form and flow in and, follow on from the next and the next and the next. But right now, today, in every way, my work is enough. And it creates such a grounded place to show up and market and sell. And it supports you in your messaging, in your sales process, in having the confidence. Remember, even from last episode, that self-love of backing yourself, backing your choices and your decisions in what you put in an offer, what you take out in. We're definitely going to do some pricing work over the next few days, but just in backing yourself with your pricing and what you're receiving and all of that. So interesting also that for a lot of these days, not every day, but a lot of these days, 2 cards have come up, and it's often 2 sides of, today definitely feeling fulfilled in your offer and releasing what's frustrating you. So we're going to go with fulfilled first. It's card 45 if you're playing along at home. And the metal element has come up this week already. So we know it's relating to this separation of pure from impure. It's our self-talk, our thoughts, guilt, grief, regret, perfectionism. Again, this completion, finishing touches, final adjustments. So my first piece to you is, how can you create fulfillment in your perception of your offers by not fiddling with finishing touches, by really allowing yourself to have a completed offer in this iteration. So when I say this iteration, what I mean is allow version 1 to just be version 1. When I think of my mastermind, the very first round, I've run multiple different kinds of masterminds, business alignment coaching masterminds over the years. But if I think of just simply the Aligned and Unstoppable Mastermind, and I'm even going to go not from its very first version in 2021 before I had my second baby, but just going to go from actually 2022 when I came back from mat leave. And that version of it, that first round in March of 2022, is very, very different to what's inside the portal, the process, the systems, the structure of the work, the way I run the program, like the front end and back end. It's just evolved and expanded through every different iteration. And also that first round in 2022 was so awesome. And I didn't know what changes were going to come. My clients definitely didn't know what changes were going to come. And so there's really something to be said for the enoughness of the offer that's in front of you today, without feeling like I've got to keep finishing it and completing it and making, as it says here, these final adjustments. So that's what we're working with today. And in fulfilled, the questions are, where are you not feeling fulfilled? And how is the energy of unfulfillment contributing to you feeling like you're not receiving enough. So let me flip the wording on that actually. How would the energy of fulfillment help you feel like you're receiving enough? If you felt more fulfilled in your work, if you were creating fulfillment, actually even think of like fulfilling an offer. When you fulfill an order, when you fulfill like a promise to a client or to being in the space, that also creates that's you receiving and also giving your client that receiving back. So it's giving and receiving. And so this is, oh, that's so perfect. So this fulfillment is not just the joy, if we go back to joy in your business from day 2, but also how you can give and receive in your business from the space of trusting the enoughness of your offer and the wholeness of your offer. I love it. And then the third prompt here is, what would fulfillment look or feel like for you right now? And what is one thing you can do to create this for yourself? So what is one thing you can do? Maybe it's in relation to an offer, like maybe something jumps out at you really quickly, or in another element of, I don't know, of something to do with offers. Maybe not, maybe it's even something else. What's one thing that you can do to create fulfillment once you know what it would look or feel like for you right now? And it really could be simply shifting your internal dialogue with yourself, simply shifting from I have to keep finalizing that, or I have to keep refining that, to it's done for now. It's good enough for now. It's enough for my next client. And if we move now into that second card, it's frustration. It sits in the water element and the bladder meridian. Water relates to your inner strength, your awareness of your internal resources, your creative wisdom, your intuition, your connectivity to others, the flow of your life, your business, your career. It can be still and deep or flowing. It can be a deep, potent source of creativity, of your essence, of your flow, and it can also carry some anxiety, some fear, some dread. When we feel like we're not flowing with life or connected to a flow that's taking us in a direction that feels connected to our purpose, we can feel blocked, or like we're stuck. So I say here, okay, this is in bladder. So bladder is about receiving kidney energy and using it for transformation and release. It brings us out of an overly activated sympathetic state. It brings us into a calmer energy. And so that's just so perfect when you think about feeling frustrated in terms of your offer, because if you feel that can create a lot of fight or flight, right? Like a big stress response of, well, my offer isn't good enough. It's not this, it's not that, like just this energy of lack inside what you've created, which actually is kind of sending a message to, it's like self-talk saying, well, I haven't created enough. I haven't done a good enough job. And then you try and sell from that space, right? It creates a bit of incongruence. So we're going to clear that frustration. And the first question is very simple. It's just, where are you feeling frustrated? So in relation to your offer, where are you feeling frustrated? And again, this could just be, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with your offer, right? It doesn't mean that your offer is even, actually, that's a good point. Your offer, all right, I'm going to do this in twofold. Firstly, if your frustration could speak, let's do this. What would it say to you? So I'm going to give you a moment. If your frustration, like the part of you that feels frustrated, if that part could speak to you, what would it say? And now let's connect with the energy of your offer. So I want to say a specific offer. You could do this for multiple offers, but let's just go with a specific offer that maybe your core offer right now. If your offer was feeling frustrated, but not in like your offer loves you, okay? Your offer is only saying this with love. But if your offer was like, hey, I have a message for you. I need you to know this. What would your offer say? What does your offer need you to know? What does your offer need from you? And see what drops in there. And then I have another prompt here. I've got two more. It says, how could you release this frustration? It's usually some version of like processing it through your body with compassion and love, and then taking action, right? And what would this make space for? So we know that it's like the result that you want. And then this question of envision what comes through as a result of this frustration being expressed. What is on the other side? if there is something to be expressed through your frustration to create more of what you want, to create more congruence with your offer, to help you love what you've created more and share that more, and then call more beautiful clients in as a result, what is on the other side? What comes through that expression of the frustration? I love it. So taking a moment to feel into that, jot it down in the worksheet, in the little form that I've created for you. And then again, rate yourself out of 10. Now, my offers are whole and complete in every iteration. How do you feel out of 10? And just note down that change, that shift. It could be like 0.5, it could be like you were 7 before and now you're 7.5, or you could have been a 3 and now you're an 8. It could be a very big jump or a little shift. Whatever comes through is still more alignment than before, right? All right, I'm so excited to hear and read about your shifts. Remember to send in that form by the deadline, and lots of water. Haven't said that yet, but lots of water throughout just this week of doing all these little mini balances to support your flow. Actually, that's probably why I've said it today, because I think this is the first water card. So that's maybe why I said that. All right, lots of love, and I'll catch you tomorrow.